Good evening, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the 89th edition of the Alabama Crimson Tide Live College Show from yours truly, Jackson Johnson and Jeffrey Donny Talk Sports, as we go over quite a lot about the latest news and notes on the Alabama Crimson Tide with all of you as we take your calls on the Crimson Tide. And let me tell you something, folks, it's going to be a good time for a long time as we're wondering if a decision is nearing on Antwan Jackson deciding between the Alabama Crimson Tide, the Missouri Tigers, and the Ole Miss Rebels. And some more recruiting news and some more takes on Alabama. Let me tell you, you're going to be in for a wild ride. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Doing good, Jackson. Excited to get the 89th call-in show going. And when you list those other schools that were in contention, for Antwan Jackson, it's like, you would like to think, we've got a great shot to land him. So hopefully that'll be some great news in the coming days. But yeah, definitely excited to have some calls tonight. We already got Michigander in chat. We got Caden the Diesel Freak, saying some stuff.
Oh, he's going to wake you up for sure.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, absolutely. Especially if we get him in the early part of the show. Like lately, we've been saving him towards the end. But maybe Caden will be the early part of the show this time. We'll see. Depends on what Jackson wants to do on that one. But definitely, we know Caden wants to come on, even though he supposedly despises every single one of us and everybody in the chat. It's a front, man. It's a front because he enjoys it. He enjoys every minute of it. But
at least he ain't having us on a shrine or on like a little heart shape like Helga. Like, good grief. Yeah. Like, now that's nuts right there. Oh man. But we can't tell you what's not nuts. We just want to let you know about the magic that we've got from FanDuel because we are sponsored by them, of course, because we've got some wild rides coming your way. But we've got some top-notch predictions from the NFL, the NBA. Oh, wait, NBA is already over. No, wait, the NBA draft's there next week. So it's all over the place. We got some WNBA, Major League Baseball, college football predictions, all right there. So, I mean, we've got some we got some pretty good over-under odds. We've got some top-notch spread lines all right there. We've got
no shock to see the Dodgers and the Yankees at the top of the World Series.
Go away, Dodgers. Get out of there, Dodgers.
I'm not surprised to see that.
No. But that's the thing, though. So we've got a good line on the Yankees Reds, it seems like. I almost said Red Sox for some reason. Yankees Reds. The Yankees are 1.5 favorite. And, that's the spread, of course.
Honestly, there's a lot of 1.5 spreads.
Well, over under 8.5 runs. Like, oh my God. Like, that's just like, good grief. I'll go with the Yankees on this one. And let me see. The Braves and Brewers.
It feels like a safe bet to pick the Dodgers and Yankees most of the time.
I'll take my chances with the Braves. Thank you. So that's what I'll do. I have no idea about soccer. Oh, what the hell. I'll go with the USA over Australia.
They're sure. Gotta back the US of A, man.
USA. So that's gonna be on my Friday parlay right there. The Braves, the Yankees, and the US of A against the 7th continent of the world, Australia.
What about Scotland or Morocco?
Well, I'm not going the road to Morocco.
What about if it was the road to El Dorado, though? What about that?
That sounds more fun than Morocco. But I will say, I mean, Crosby and Hope singing about being on the road to Morocco sounds pretty fun, especially if it's in black and white. But I think I'm going with the Scotland boys over Morocco. Brazil, Haiti. Ooh, that looks like there's going to be some hell raising from both those teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll just flip a coin and go with Brazil.
I would probably go with Brazil.
I mean, Brazil in soccer is kind of like the Southeast for college football.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to claim to know a lot about soccer. I've had a lot of people probably tell me I should know more about soccer. But I would assume Brazil would win that one.
I'm gonna.
I'm just a wild shot in the dark. I just go with Brazil.
I
Seems
feel.
like that makes sense, right?
I feel like we're better equipped to ask our good buddy Will and D about soccer, and also ask Matt Zemek about soccer, because I mean, he knows who to pick on soccer, and so does Will and D. I mean, it's like trying to get us to talk about soccer is like asking us, about like keeping up with the Kardashians. We know nothing about Kardashians.
Hey, I've been trying to make more of an effort to, watch other sports, because I mean, when I was a kid, it was like 99% football, basketball. You know what I mean? I don't know about you, but that's about all I watch. But lately, I mean, I watched the hockey, Stanley Cup Finals this year. I watched because I mean, Carolina Hurricanes. That was actually fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was fun. The only thing for me was trying to keep up with the tiny little puck on the TV screen was a little bit difficult. But regardless of that, it was actually entertaining. Baseball, I like baseball. Baseball in person is great. It's a cliche to say it, but it is great in person. Watching on TV, but it's background noise. I turn it on. But I've been watching those more, trying to understand those more, talk about them more. But soccer, I mean, that's one that I've still just have not. I mean, I mean, I know that people like it. I mean, it's a global sport, it's world sport, it's a big
If
deal.
they
Like,
could get,
it's very, very popular, and I get it. But it's just, I think that I feel like as growing up, same with you, Jackson, probably. But like you've watched football and basketball so much,
yeah,
especially football, and it's like the way that game is, and then you watch these other sports. Like for me, like when I was a kid, it was always like, well, oh, the score's 3-0, game's over. That was what was actually entertaining about the Hurricanes game the other day, when they were actually down like 4-0 to the Vegas Golden Knights, and they came back and tied up 4-4. And that was cool because used to it just felt like it. They said that was one of the biggest comebacks ever, even though they ended up losing 5-4 in overtime. But what I'm saying is like a football game. If you're down 28-14 in the fourth quarter, the game's not over. You're down 5-0 in the last inning of hockey or baseball, or the last period in hockey, it feels over. Like soccer, if you're up 2-0, it's over. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's always over, but you know what I mean? It's like it's just hard, I guess, to stay invested in something that feels over. Whereas like basketball, like you can be down 15 in the last 8 minutes of the game and come back and win. I mean, it's like you still have a chance because the way football and basketball, are way that they're constructed with points, how you score more points in those two sports. Baseball, hockey, soccer, you don't score as much. But
I like that they have Sean McDonough calling the hockey game. So I mean
that was entertaining too. That helped a lot. I mean, and
if they could have Sean McDonough call soccer games, I'll be like, okay, I'll watch, because I mean they'll have him throw out his puberty voice a lot more. So I'll be like, okay.
But I definitely have been trying to watch other sports because I mean, it's like people will ask me, like, oh, you talk about stuff like that, like, what's your thoughts on this? And I'm like, you know what I mean? You kind of want to know a little bit. So I've been trying to watch some other stuff. So I mean, definitely people have been telling me a lot about the World Cup stuff. So definitely, I don't know, but I would think USA and Brazil would win for now.
Oh, here we go. So, well, we've got our first caller of the night. They call him a Hellraiser because he drinks a lot of Mountain Dew. And
yeah, and for a brief period of time, he said he was giving up Mountain Dew as he was Hollywood Caden, but Caden the Diesel Freak has returned.
So he says, but we'll go ahead and have him on. You know him, you love him, you know him as Caden from Ohio.
Could be his friend too, 10 doors down as well. So
what is up, Caden? Good to see you, man.
Hey, can you switch the video feed, Jackson?
Let me see. Let me.
Or you had to switch it.
Let me see. Oh, I can't be able to switch this thing up. All right, I'll switch it for a little bit. Hold on. All right.
It's like elevator music.
Is it working? Good?
Yeah. Yep. What are you drinking, man? That's what I want to know.
Damn root beer. What
I thought that was national beer for a moment.
Well, I thought you were a Mountain Dew drinker.
Mountain Dew, root beer, don't matter to me. It's still good drink.
Oh man.
Where are you right now?
There you go, Jeffrey.
Where are you right now?
Visiting a friend right now.
Is it the same friend that gave us a call the other night?
No, different guy.
Okay. Probably sounds just like you as well. It's pretty cool.
No.
Wait, what brand of root beer is that exactly? I've never seen that.
It's Mug.
Mug. Okay.
It's a new can that they came out with.
I know A&W and Barks, but I don't know much other than that.
I've never really drank root beer because I mean
I've had it before. It's not bad. I mean, it's different.
It's an Ohio favorite root beer. Trust me. If you you'd understand.
Oh man, Southern Sports Scene saying that's a whole twisted tea, bro. Oh man.
The comment below that's the one that got me.
Well,
I don't know if Katie can see the comment section, but
oh man, he'll get a laugh out of it, man. Like, oh man, like, yeah, I will have to try out root beer. Like, if that's a very prominent drink, Jeffrey's had A&W. I've
had both A&W and Barks.
Not
bad. I mean, it's not my favorite. There's other drinks I prefer than that, but I mean, it's not bad as a change of pace. You know, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's like I've never really drank stuff that's like
honestly like vanilla cream, like soda. That stuff's great. That's fantastic. I like that better than just root beer. I know root beer and that's similar, but yeah, or orange cream soda is great too. It's all in the same ballpark, honestly. Very similar.
Yeah. Well, college football's gone downhill, and it's basically going to they're just basically selling their souls to become the NFL. I mean, this is the same old crap that I've been hearing for the last couple of years, and it's ridiculous. I said this earlier to somebody else on another college show. It's like the monogram that I've said. It's like teenagers selling their souls to.
Okay, he's buffering. Okay. There you are. Well, you couldn't hear what you said. You were buffering for a little bit.
Oh, good great. I said it's like college football. Basically, the storyline is like what teenagers selling their souls to Hollywood for worthless millions of bullcrap money to sell their souls, because that's apparently the case nowadays.
Let me ask you a question, Caden. What were your thoughts about Taylor Swift at the Knicks game?
I really didn't care. Quite honest. I think she was just there for the views.
It's like I want, because it's like I don't know anybody that was watching Knicks Spurs because of like, oh my god, Taylor Swift there. Said no.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're watching Knicks because of seeing Spike Lee, then yeah, or like Ben Stiller, yeah. But I don't think I've ever heard anybody sit there and go, I'm gonna watch the New York Knicks because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, well, so many Chiefs fans though, they embraced her. So I don't know if the Knicks will, but the Knicks are different. The Knicks if you're a Knicks fan, you're a Knicks fan. Like they love their team regardless. It's just Chiefs fans though. It was funny. It's just like you have like the Chiefs fans that like Taylor Swift, and then the Chiefs fans that don't care about Taylor Swift. And I think it's funny. There is a complete divide on that one.
Well, Jeffrey, here's the bottom line about me. I just don't give a damn about Hollywood.
Yeah, well, why did you call yourself Hollywood Caden for like 2 weeks? Then I'm still wondering on that one.
Jeffrey, it was just a stunt, Jeffrey.
I know it was a stunt, but I mean, again, I knew it was a stunt from the first second you said it. But I'm just saying, like, it's just highly ironic that you don't like Hollywood, but yet you called yourself Hollywood Caden for 2 weeks when you were actually supposed to be acting better, which is what's so funny about that. because that's the exact opposite of what, people's portrayal of Hollywood actually is. So it doesn't make any sense at all. But again, I guess it was a funny stunt. I'll give you that. But, I knew it was one. But it's pretty funny.
Well, and quite frankly, in 11 years of my farmhand career, I have never seen the whole NFL college football monogram be so stupid in my life that even the guy that was working on my pickup truck, I told him it's just gone downhill. And even my buddy from that worked on that I was working on my pickup with was even saying the same thing. It's just gone downhill. And I'm like, it's just worthless money. This whole entire dang business, it's turning it from the good sport that we love to now to betting, and now you're gambling basically all your wall out for it.
Hey, Caden, can you read the chat?
Or you want somebody to win, or you're trying to win over betting.
Hey, Caden, can you read the chat?
Well, no, I can't. I can't read the daggone chat.
Hey, Jackson, can you read that Michigander comment?
Oh, man.
I just want to hear Caden's reaction to this.
Caden, this is what Michigander's comment is. Caden sold his soul to China for an AI girlfriend and a 12-pack of Mountain Dew.
Is this true or false, Caden?
True or false?
False.
I mean, the Mountain Dew, you never know. I'm just saying, the Mountain Dew or whatever that root beer you were drinking from Ohio is called, Mug or whatever it was. I don't know.
Man.
I buy it from the grocery store. Does he not know that there are grocery stores in Ohio, or is he?
There are also cities in Ohio, Dayton and Youngstown and Akron and Toledo and Columbus.
Cincinnati.
I'm not going to keep going, but I could. But again, you know what I'm saying here, man. Like, Ohio is a place. It actually is a pretty populated state with very decent sized cities. Former steel cities, more modern cities now. We know a lot about Ohio. It's not like Ohio is like, some random state that no one knows about. It's Ohio.
What'd you say?
I said, does Michigan not know Ohio exists? Because apparently Michigan folks just don't care about Ohio.
I think both Michigan and Ohio State care about it. Okay, I think both of y'all care about each other. You and their fans, both fan bases. They probably almost think about their rival team more than their own, which is scary. Not speaking for all the fans, but some of them spend an unhealthy amount of time online talking about the other team that they don't like versus the team they do.
Well, it's like if I went on Twitter and told John Diamo that Michigan was so full of crap, we're going to beat their butts again, which we are going to. And I told him, 2 months ago, and he's never said anything since. And Michigander don't got the balls to come in here and tell me otherwise. I know that son of a gun don't got no balls on him. So a little word of advice to Michigander. If you want to tell me something to my face, Michigander, come on right now. If you got the cojones, but I know you don't.
I'm assuming what Caden is saying is figuratively instead of literally. I'm assuming that.
It's figurative, yeah,
I know. I just wanted to make sure the chat knew that, but I'm pretty sure that they did. Just making sure.
Jackson, tell your buddy Michigander to get his butt in here, since he's the only one that listens to you.
Well, Michigander does know that Ohio exists, Caden. It's just his comments suggest that Ohio it's not a great place to be, which I'm not saying it isn't. Ohio, has probably a lot of great things. I know they've got Skyline chili that some people say sucks and some people say it's great. I have no idea if it's good or not because I ain't had it, but I do know that's from Ohio. So, But he's not talking so kindly about Ohio though. So,
Yeah.
Well, tell him to get his butt in the StreamYard with the StreamYard link, and tell him to get in there and come on.
Is there anything that you like about the state of Michigan, Caden? Like, I know you don't like Michigan, but like, do you think that there are certain qualities about the state of Michigan that are good?
Do you like Michigan State?
Do you like Ford, the motor company?
So there's two things I do like about Michigan. One, there's a YouTube channel I follow that's good friends of mine that is in the same industry as me. And two, Ford and GM trucks are both built in Detroit.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. I feel like everyone can get behind that, you know. So it's, you know, like that's, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Detroit's the only good city. Detroit is the only good city in Michigan. Everywhere else besides where my buddy, a YouTube channel I follow, farms. Other than that, it's full of crap.
Do you know any other cities in Michigan?
Besides Lansing, Ann Arbor, what was it, the other one?
Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids, Michigan. Actually, there was a tractor I looked at Grand Rapids. It was I actually was looking at one to buy one, actually from up in the Grand Rapids area, Three Oaks area. Some farmland up there that the guy had a tractor for sale. But, hey, Jackson, would you mind telling Michigander to get his butt in here if he's not a coward?
No, I'm good.
He is a coward.
Nah, he ain't no coward.
Some people just don't call in. They prefer to be in the chat, and that's perfectly fine. We appreciate everybody that's in the chat, even people that don't call in. I mean, even though it's a call-in show, they don't have to call in or want to. Some people just like chilling out and enjoying the show, which we appreciate and hope that they are having a great time. That's the goal of the show. I mean, that's definitely, you don't have to call in. I don't think that makes somebody a coward, but.
Jeffrey, here's one thing you're missing. Michigander goes into his buddy's comments and he calls into his buddy's shit. What's them two jackasses' names? Oh, three jackasses. TJ, Johnny, and John. He calls into their show all the daggone time. And
I don't think I've ever seen
Michigander literally just said 4 comments ago that he doesn't even call into the Michigan show.
No.
I mean, I'm just taking his word for it. I don't know. I mean, maybe he has, but I would assume that he hasn't since he said
he
so.
hasn't.
So, you know.
I should know because I watch most of it, most of the shows before I get ready for this show.
Caden probably watches too.
I haven't even tuned in the Michigan channel for a while.
Oh man.
Yeah, I tell TJ on Twitter. I told John D'Animo on Twitter, and even that jackass Johnny Olden on Twitter. I say, you boys don't got the balls to come in and tell me otherwise of anything.
A Southern sports scene. I think you probably are starting to figure out why he doesn't join the StreamYard. I'm just saying, you know.
Hey, you're out talking. Keep your mouth shut.
Hey, you're very fortunate, man. We like you're able to come on this show. Okay, so you're welcome. You're very welcome.
You know that jackass John D'Animo. I'll tell you what, that ginger-headed sucker. The only thing he does that's true to be told.
Oh my.
Both travel in this program, and then he goes on rabbit about how Michigan's not crumbling. I told that son of a gun, Michigan was going downhill anyway, just like the whole in the NCAA. The highway to hell. It's going down the highway to hell.
Who sang that? Who sang that, Caden?
AC/DC.
Good job.
Correct, Mondo.
1979. Last album with Bon Scott. Yes, sir. All right. Good job.
Good job, Caden.
I was listening to Jerry Reed over the radio actually earlier today, and my pickup after I got that coolant line fixed when I was coming back to see my friends and family here in town. And before I leave tomorrow, early in the morning, I listened to Jerry Reed, Johnny Cash, if you're curious, and a little bit of AC/DC once a bit.
I tell you this, one thing you'll definitely love watching on the YouTube archives is the Johnny Cash show, where he's got like some of the past musicians playing on there.
Well, you ever heard the saying, there ain't no grave that can hold my body down?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, Jackson Johnson, and hear this out, and I know Jeffrey, listening from beyond the land of stupidity and Sesame Street 11 morons, this is a fact about the diesel freak. I will be trucking, hauling, and I'll be letting them trucks drink down on diesel until I go in the grave. And I will not stop until either someone from above tells me otherwise to quit, but other than that, you ain't ever gonna miss me driving the truck, hauling.
There you go, man. But we'll go ahead and get to our next callers. Any final words for tonight?
Well, why don't you let me stick around until see what the next caller got something to say, and let me say something to the next caller, Jackson. I'm a little interested in tonight since it's the 89th edition of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not let the diesel freak stick around? I mean, come on now, Jackson.
Well, we just gotta get to next cars, so we gotta make sure.
Well, just let him stick around, Jackson. I mean, come on now. It's the diesel freak. It's the most hated Buckeye fan on the planet. It's the guy that drinks root beer, drinks Mountain Dew, drives truck, drives equipment, and is one.
It's amazing that you can summarize your entire persona in like 4 things. That is impressive, honestly. Because other people is probably about 100. I'm not saying 100 or 4 is better. I'm just saying that's pretty impressive.
It's not even a persona. Like, I literally run equipment, drive trucks, run semi, work on semi.
Hey, I don't know what's persona and what's actuality with you, man. There's so many like schemes and plans and like stunts. I don't know, man. But you know, you do you. Whatever's true and what ain't, you do you, man. You got this. All right.
Jackson, you notice I'm wearing my usual work clothes right now, buddy?
Yeah.
Just a work shirt, work jeans, work boots, work hat. What? This is all I wear 24/7, 365. Come on now.
There you go.
Man. It's an honest living right there.
There you go.
Absolutely.
It's as honest as me saying, what's it? The Owl House?
What was it?
What?
Let me see.
I had 4 people under the age of 13, over the age of 13, casting for that show, and I know 4. I know the major stars crashed out and lost billions of dollars. Which, truth be told, Jackson, that's the honest to God truth, and that's why they canceled it. And because Disney is so full of crap. Oh my God. That whole empire is just...
Yeah, like honestly, I know that they're having their 5th Toy Story out, which I've been thinking like that's
why did they continue past the trilogy? We know money, but the thing is that the trilogy was perfect. It was a perfect trilogy. It was like Star Wars, the first 3 movies type trilogy. It was like you didn't need another one. I know why Disney made more, like Mr. Krabs answering in the SpongeBob movie.
Money.
You know, why did you open a second Krusty Krab right next to the first one? Money. You know, I just, like, the first 3 movies, you didn't need anymore, you know, but whatever. Let me ask you a question, Caden. What's the last Disney/Pixar movie, either or, that you liked? What's the last movie that you liked that they made?
Honest to you, Jeffrey, and honest to God, and God knows this, I have not watched a Disney or Pixar movie in my lifetime.
That's not even believable. That is not even believable, man. I feel like everyone's seen something as a child. You had to have watched like The Lion King or Peter Pan, Aladdin. I don't know. The Jungle Book.
Well,
you gotta watch something.
Even as a young fella, I was only interested in tractors and trucks. That's all.
You didn't watch Toy Story? Dude,
never seen it.
That's just not believable. Hey, I'll believe it. That's fine, but that's hard to believe, man. Everybody's seen the classics. It feels
that was true. I watched the John Deere movies they made for kids, but that was it.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch Bob the Builder? That's in your area of expertise. I mean, build stuff and stuff gets broken, he fixed it. I mean, like it's kind of that's in the realm of the diesel.
Well, listen, Jeffrey. Even as a young fella, I learned in the shop here and there, and then I started wrenching on some little mowers here and there. I started wrenching on the trimmer. Then I started getting into the bigger stuff. Then I got into the mini excavators. Then I got into the commercial mowers. Then I got into the bigger tractors. I got into the 14. I got into the bigger 100 horsepower ones at the age of 14. I started doing stuff. And I started working on semis. Then I started working on the big tractors. I mean, the ones that could probably pull your little car around like a little rag doll.
Let me ask you a question, Kane. How do you know that Disney supposedly is going downhill if you've never watched any of their classic movies to begin with? Now, it feels like it would kind of give more of a perspective of knowing that possibly, in your opinion, if you've seen the old movies versus the new movies.
Can I answer the daggone question?
Okay.
I literally seen, what was it, that documentary? What's it called? Like the Disney Epstein stuff? Where it's like they were revealing the dark side of acting to like Nickelodeon Disney. And like the whole downfall of that with all them shows with the child actors. I've seen that documentary.
Okay. Yeah, most people know the guy that did the iCarly show and all that type of stuff.
Oh, that dude was a sick dude.
Everybody knows about that guy. That's common knowledge, I feel like.
It's a shame that Jerry Trainer. I really hope Jerry Trainer, will be able to be in a big movie, because it's like if anybody deserves like a big career bump, is Jerry Trainer, man. Like, I mean, like the crazy older brother from iCarly. I mean, like he was like the next equivalent of Jim Carrey right there. Like, I'm crossing my fingers for whenever Quentin Tarantino makes his next movie, he'll be like, okay, I'm putting that guy in my movie. That would be nice.
Well, here's the other thing too, Jackson. Back when I first started working on the farm that I still work currently on, I remember hearing a bunch of kids from across town where my parents live, and all of them, and I know this honest to God, every single, probably 3/4 of the population were athletes or learning or doing plays for their schools, or just, I guess, or community centers. And I swear to you, I've heard them going, oh, they want to go to Disney and work for them as actors, or Nickelodeon, or Disney, whatever, Teen Disney, whatever.
Oh, they went off the rails night.
It's like, are you stupid? Because that whole industry is like, you're selling your soul for useless money, and it's going to go downhill one or the other ways. I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen that whole shenanigans, the bull crap go. Truth be told, I can drink 3 or 4 Mountain Dews and realize at least I'm in a better place than every one of those pieces of crap. Good night. Oh my
Do
God.
you include the music industry with like the movie industry? Do you think that they're one and the same, or do you separate those two?
Oh, they're both the same. They're both.
What about in the past, like in the 70s? Did you still count it as the same then, or not?
Like the 70s and 80s and 90s, like early mid 90s, that was decent stuff. But then as soon as it started getting into like the early Disney stuff and then the early Nickelodeon stuff, like in the mid late 90s, early 2000s, that's when it all went downhill.
I mean, most people would say that the 90s and 2000s were like the greatest age of cartoons. that, like, at least in that realm, like, cartoons were probably better in the 90s and 2000s than in the 70s and 80s. Not saying there wasn't good stuff in the 70s and 80s, but because there was. But when it comes to music, though, I think a lot of people would say the 70s and 80s were way better than anything that followed. The 90s was fine, but after that, I mean, that's why I'm saying music and movies and TV shows are not exact parallels.
Well, I'll tell you this, Jeffrey. The older brothers that I know that I work with on their farm, the two older brothers, and even that third older brother, was telling me they were around, they were teenagers during 2010, 2012. And honest to God, they said they seen everybody auditioning from in the whatever crosstown, doing auditions for Disney, Nickelodeon. They remember hearing it all over the damn newspaper. And I said, it's ridiculous. People are willing to go as far as that. And then you hear the dark side of Disney, the dark side of Nickelodeon. And they were telling me it was even during when they were in high school. And I said, it's ridiculous. It's so full of crap.
I mean, that wasn't that long ago.
No, but it's still ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I'm just saying that, like, it's not like ancient history here. I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
I'm not saying it's ancient history, Jeffrey. I'm just saying it's a fact.
I mean, it is. What I'm saying is like the whole point of the conversation was you said that modern Disney is awful, and again, that's your opinion. What I'm saying is that how do you have that opinion based off one documentary? My point is like, for me, like I feel like Jackson probably has to. I don't speak for him, but I feel like a lot of people. I know I have. I've seen a lot of the classic Disney movies. I'm talking like the original ones, like Bambi. I'm talking about Snow White and all that type stuff. Right, as a kid, I'm talking 30s, 40s, 50s, all the old Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, all that stuff, all the old movies. You know, when you're like 5, I mean, you kind of run through all the VHS tapes, right? But I'm just saying, like, those movies, whether you like all of them or not, you know, like, yeah, they were all like fairy tales and stuff, most of them, right? Like, they weren't stories that Walt Disney actually created. You know, they were based off a fairy tale, and they made a movie version of it. But, like, they're universally accepted as great films. You know what I mean? Especially of their time. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, you said you've never seen those. So I'm just saying, like, it's kind of, to me, it would be a lot harder to have any type of perspective on whether Disney is good or is downhill or what's not like it used to be if you've never seen those old films. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can still have that opinion that modern Disney sucks, and 99% of you probably would agree. But I'm just saying that if you haven't seen those old movies, to me, it makes it a little bit harder to have an opinion on it.
Or I just don't give a damn, Jeffrey. You could just put it that way.
But then at that point, then it's like, well, why did you bring it up and talk about it if you don't care? So that brings up a whole other conversation.
I just like to share my opinions, but if no one gives a damn, nobody gives a damn.
I'm not saying I don't care. I'm just pointing that out.
I just like, again, Jeffrey, I don't give a rat's ass, or I don't give a damn.
All right, man. Well,
it's like college football.
We're gonna get to next card. Plus, my battery is dying on my phone.
Michigander says he has a real question for Caden. So before Caden goes, if Michigander hopefully could type out his question really quick. I would like to see that, and then we can you can go to our next caller if Jackson's ready.
No, I've been in sports talk with Austin. That twink eating, jeez. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Goof Father on his little vacation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that question. He said, hey, Caden, on a serious note, did you see Chevy is bringing back the 5.3 small block and are making a new 6.6 liter? That's what Michigander said earlier.
No, I've already seen the dang newspaper from GM on that. Like, literally. I get GM's newspaper and news stuff in my mail. Like, you don't have to tell me otherwise. I get news brochures. I get I get equipment brochures in my mailbox. I get it in my P.O. box. I got it in my mailbox. So you don't have to tell me otherwise. And as far as Alabama Richie goes, he can go screw himself. And as far as what's your buddy's name? Will Diesel lost $500 to me. That boy knows if he gets in my way, he knows there's going to be a hell of a pay.
Let me ask you one last question, Caden. What are your thoughts on the Chevy Impala and Malibu?
Decent cars, but
okay.
Like I said, I'm more of a pickup truck guy.
I know. That's why I asked. I was figuring you were going to say they suck because they weren't a truck or something, but, you know, I was wondering.
My grandma had.
Alrighty. Here we go. Well, we got Pat lineup, so we're gonna go ahead and let you go, and you have a good night.
Everybody's just backing up because they know when I come in the building and give my opinions, they know they either send it or they know.
Yeah, Jackson's just done it this time.
Yeah. Well, we're going ahead and get our next call. We will see you next.
Yeah, appreciate good chat, Caden. Good chat on the 89th edition of the Collins Show. We appreciate it.
We'll be seeing you soon, good buddy. There we go. Oh man. All right, so we'll go ahead and get to our next card. So we've got Bert's on the line, and we've got Sports Talk with Austin.
We got Bert's on the line. Cool.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Dude, what's up, man? I miss you guys so much, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah. You've been out a while.
Yeah, dude.
It's the doldrums of the off season, man. It's we're getting closer to football, but it's rough right now for a college football fan.
Nah, dude, a lot of shit happened on Discord. I got banned by Darren Talks Ball, obviously. Who doesn't ban me? I'm banned on everything lately. And then I got suspended. Then I got suspended on Discord because I was too violent. They suspended my account. I said some crazy shit and I should have not. And, you know, I'm pretty aggressive and angry a lot lately. So I don't know. But yeah, I deleted my Discord account and I'm just chilling now. But I was missing you two. I really were. You know, like I want to go on a rant. But before that, I kind of need to ask you two a question, an Alabama question. But what was I saying? Yeah, what is like the school that you guys hate the most? I'm just curious. Like, is it Auburn? Is it LSU? Like, what's in your opinion? Like, I'm just curious, you know.
For me, that's a tough one.
I mean, it's hard because like Alabama has three rivals, right? Like you've got Auburn and you've got Tennessee and you've got LSU. LSU's the newer rivalry or whatever. But it's like Auburn isn't good right now. And I'm not saying that contributes to hate, but like Alabama, Auburn, we're not having games like Ohio State, Michigan right now. I know you had the two games, but we won those close games, right? So just, you don't. I mean, there's not a lot of hate. Like there is hate. It's always hate. But I'm just saying, like recent hate, like recent things to hate Auburn about, like stealing good players from us or beating us in a big game that keeps us out of the playoff or the BCS like it was when I was a kid in the early 2010s type stuff. I mean, right now Auburn just sucks. And I no offense to Auburn, but they know they suck. So I mean, Auburn's the natural one that you're supposed to hate the most, but I mean, they're not good. Tennessee, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, a lot of Alabama fans don't like Tennessee. I mean, the whole thing with the Dixieland Delight or whatever, they throw that at us a lot, but whatever. And then LSU, I mean, no one likes LSU right now. Like LSU is the most hated team probably in college sports this offseason with the two coaching moves and how it was done. But then it's like Texas Tech happened, so then it's like people kind of forgot about LSU. But like, I don't think people should forget about LSU. We live in an age where people are forgetting stuff because new stuff happens online, so then that replaces what they thought about literally a week ago. But it's like LSU, like let's not forget what LSU did. Not only did they get Lane, they got Will Wade, and how they got Will Wade again, and then Lane was awful. So it's like LSU is very. I mean, honestly, it's very despicable what they did. Pretty awful stuff. But like, did we hate LSU more than Auburn? I mean, I'll let Jackson explain his thoughts on the situation, but that's just kind of my basis.
Auburn just gets irritating to me because, especially when they brag about beating Baylor, it's like, dude, you didn't beat a Robert Griffin.
They ain't done anything. I mean, literally haven't done a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it almost makes you feel bad for them. Then I'm like, no, I don't, because you suck and you kind of deserve it because you fired it. Like Auburn did the exact same thing Nebraska did. Gus Malzahn and Bo Pelini were winning games, and then they just fired them. And it's like, and it's even worse when Nebraska was Frank Solich. Frank Solich, it's even worse. But then Bo Pelini was bad, and then it's like, I know Pelini's stuff happened. I know. I've been told. I know what
he let his anger get the best.
I know, but my point is you are where you are now. You made mistakes. And that's why I am not an advocate for Alabama fans to jump the shark and be like, all right, we got to get rid of Kalen DeBoer now. No, we don't. If Kalen DeBoer is going 4-8, yeah, but he's not. And the future is still bright. Maybe this year might not be the brightest, but the future looks bright if we develop our players. And we got a really good young core. Again, you just can't fire a coach that's doing well. Because if you do, then you could hire someone a lot worse. We've seen this at so many other programs. Auburn made their mistakes. Hiring Brian Harsin, I still don't even understand that. They literally left that guy to dry the very second they hired. They hired him, and it was universal backlash from Auburn fans, Auburn media, everywhere. And and then it was just they didn't even give him a chance. So I don't know. Auburn. I mean, they are most hated rival because in-state and the history and everything. So I guess them, but LSU is not very likable right now either. They're very, very, very unlikable.
I'm just gonna say this, man. Dude, every Alabama fan watching this show, and even you guys, it should be LSU. Fuck LSU, man. Actually, no, think about it, dude. All the shit that's happened with Lane Kiffin, he sleeps with minors, young ladies. Okay, let's be real here. He sleeps with 18-year-old college students. Number 2, this Will Wade douchebag for basketball, right? He is recruiting freaking international players, dude. He is a piece of trash. Oh, and let's talk about the alumni. You got Angel Reese, this dumb bitch Angel Reese, Livy Dunn, Joe Burrow, all these clowns. OBJ, he's not even that great. Oh, I made a one-handed catch and I made famous. Dude, fuck LSU. I hate them more than Ohio State, man. I do. Oh, Shaq. Dude, Shaq is the most cringe NBA player. He's the most cringe dude. They have clown alumni. They're clowns. I hate them more than Ohio State by times 100, dude. And worst part about it, dude, is after they fired Brian Kelly, right? Their clown governor, this is from Louisiana, biggest clown. Let's use our tax dollars, right, to pay for the buyout. They're such a clown program, LSU.
What about LSU's women's basketball coach?
Oh my God, don't talk about her as well. She thinks she's some tough shit. Bro, I slapped the shit out of you, man. I hate LSU so much, bro. Auburn should not be, okay? They shouldn't be nowhere near your most hated rival. It should be LSU. And what is this Death Valley? Bro, you guys have been losing all the time. I just can't do LSU, man. I can't. Oh my God.
Well, Texas A&M beat their ass last.
What I don't understand, Burks, is I have talked to a couple of LSU fans. It's the same thing with Georgia. With the whole their team can't unfortunately stay out of trouble syndrome. Yeah. And they just not all, and some of them don't like it, but a lot of them will just defend it. They'll just be like, as long as Kirby's winning, and I'm like, okay. And then it's these LSU people. It's well, it's my team. If it was your team, okay. I understand that. I can understand that. I'm an Alabama fan, Jackson, Alabama fan through and through. Our team makes mistakes. I didn't like the Brandon Miller situation. I didn't like the Holloway situation. I didn't like the Betty Ocko situation. And I talked about those things. I didn't like it. All right, it wasn't a good look for our school. But you know what? It is what it is. I understand that when you love your team, it's not that you overlook stuff, but it's you know what? I don't really like it, but I still love my team. These people, doesn't matter what their school does. they love their team. I'm just like, there's unthinkable things that I'm not going to say, but just imagine like your team is like somehow a part of something just vastly horrible, like vastly horrible. All right. Like really bad stuff. And then it's like, I love my team. I don't care. That's the mindset I have a problem with. I think
100%,
like,
man.
at least for me,
100%.
At least for me, I talk bad about my team when they do something wrong. Do I still love my team? Yes. But I don't like when my school does something wrong. All right. These people just accept and just ignore it and just overlook it altogether. And it's like, my school does no wrong and whatever. And it's like, yeah, they do. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's such a complicated thing. Plus, there's a lot of casuals that, like, some LSU fans that only watch the football games in the fall probably don't know crap that's going on. They're just like, I don't know the LSU women's coach. And Lane, yeah, he's that guy at Ole Miss. I don't even know what happened. I don't know anything. I just hope my team wins in the fall. There are people like that don't know what the heck actually is going on. But the people that do know what's going on, like LSU, I'm sorry, it is despicable. Like it is
disgusting.
Despicable.
You think
these people just love their team, and it's like, we didn't do anything, and I'm just like, no.
You're using the tax money of people. When Louisiana is a poor state, it's the second poorest state in America after Mississippi, right? You're telling me you're using the tax money that you fired Brian Kelly for people to pay the buyout. Then you give Lane Kiffin, he's the most highest paid coach in college football, and then you give him a huge NIL budget. What the F, man? This is why this state of Louisiana is going to fail, is because they like to spend their money on stupid, dumb shit. And this is what pisses me off as well. Like, and you know, the sad part is if Lane Kiffin does not win the national championship with them, like, it's going to be the saddest shit ever. Like,
they're going to throw him out the building. And,
oh my God.
Hold on one sec. Hold on to your thoughts. We got a 99-cent super sticker from Caden to Diesel Free. The 100% super sticker. Well, we appreciate the 99-cent super sticker. Goodbye. And we just want to let y'all know, for those tuning in to Alabama Crimson Tide Live or the Alabama Call-In Show or Alabama Primetime Live or just about any video on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, if you want to put in a super chat or put in a super sticker, and if you really want to have a good chance to have your comment read, put in a super chat. But even if you can't be able to put in a super chat or put in a super sticker, no worries. That's why you like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss another video whatsoever.
I agree with this comment from Michigander. You need a villain in college football. It makes the sport spicy. If you had nobody to hate, then the game would be boring. I agree with that. The problem, though, with LSU is like every single one of their coaches is unlikable. That is a major problem. It's like you can have one of them be like that'd be like Indiana. Like, you had Bob Knight and like no one liked him. He was controversial. There were things good about him, but there was a lot of negative, and a lot of people saw only those negatives, and they couldn't stand him. So like Indiana was a villain with Bobby Knight, right? But like none of their football coaches were literal like villains. You had Lee Corso, you had Jerry DiNardo, you had all these guys that lost, but they were likable and people liked them. You know what I mean? Like, Indiana never got this reputation as this awful school, because even when they had a controversial winner in Bobby Knight in the 80s and 90s and whatever, in the 70s and all that stuff, like, their football coaches didn't do anything. All right. Like, there's other examples of this all over sports where like one sport has a coach that whatever, the other one just is not in the spotlight. The LSU, like, when the Lane thing happened, I was blown away. When the Will Wade thing happened, I'm sitting here. I cannot even believe that Will Wade went back to the school that he got fired from for recruiting allegations. And obviously, like, I believe NC State didn't even know, like they literally like were committed to him. Like, we're going to like do anything to make him happy. Right. And he just leaves. He's just like, all right, I'm done.
Knows you out.
It was just, it's so poorly handled. It's just
disgusting.
It's just so bad on all accounts. And like, and again, LSU fans are just like, Other schools do stuff like that.
Yeah, they're clowns. That's why. Yeah.
Hold on one sec, gentlemen. We got a comment from Michigan. They're saying Michigan State fans have a controversy happening every other year. They always pull the "well, how about you"ism. Yeah, because because I always know like TJ at the Michigan show always talks about how Michigan State, really lets Michigan live rent free in their head, and I know they always like team up with Ohio State all the time, but I will tell you, gentlemen, there is a Michigan State channel, and we have a host for that one. I forget his name. It's in tip of my tongue. I've got it in my archive of text messages, but I found out from Chris that there's going to be a Michigan State host coming soon on Michigan State at the Voice of College Football, and we've got plenty of other hosts coming in the new team channels, all right here at the Voice of College Football Network. Tune in for more.
I will say that interesting question from Caden Burks. He wants to know if you think Lane Kiffin is worse than Sharon Moore.
Dude, that's a really, holy shit, man. That's a really hard question, dude. Sharon Moore is like a piece of shit, but like, holy crap, bro. That is so hard. That's like the hardest question like I've ever gotten in like this year. I'll say this, man. Where to begin? Dude, I can't. I think they're like the same, honestly. Like because Lane Kiffin is just what he did with recruits. He would like apparently what I heard was that he would like put them hostage or some shit like that, and he would do stuff and like I don't know. There was some shit going on with that. Sharon Moore wasn't like that with recruits. He was like actually a down to earth, pretty great person. It's just that he was a sex addict, right? And Lane Kiffin, I think Lane Kiffin's also a sex addict. He cheated on his wife, right, or divorced.
Oh yeah,
And now he just goes for young girls. So like, holy shit, man! I'm gonna say Lane Kiffin is like more, but then Sharon Moore is a criminal. Like technically, like he had misdemeanors and man.
oh man, it was so bad. He even had the dude with the beanie talking about him, and it's like, which I mean, we know who he is.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, because it's like, although to be fair, he did take his beanie off.
I know exactly who you're talking about, which I don't know what that says, but I know exactly.
Which I mean, it was so funny. It's like, wait a minute, like this guy Tim Pool talking about.
There you go. Yep.
Because I was like,
I didn't know if you were gonna say it, but I was like, I know you're talking about.
Because it was popping up in my feed, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. Like the closest thing I've seen him talk about college football was him having Steve Dace on Timcast IRL episode February 2023. I've never seen that dude talk about like. Don't ever have a guy who has a beanie as a trademark talking about you in college football. If you have that happening to you, you're going down a bad road, son. That's the way I look at it.
Now, all I know is that it's so funny to me because like Lane Kiffin was unliked for like my entire life. Like I remember being a little kid and like, I've got relatives all in the Southeast, right? And even though most of my family are Bama fans, there are a couple of their outlier Tennessee fans, right? So, you gotta be cordial to those people. I'm just
yeah.
My point though is that like I heard from them, like Tennessee, like they loathe Lane, absolutely loathe Lane for his exit in Knoxville, like in 2010 or whatever year it was. I mean, it was bad, right? Like his Lane was supposed like he was going to build Tennessee back up to where Fulmer had it 12 years ago, all that crap, and he left, he did the Will Wade NC State type thing, right? He just left and he goes to USC. So Tennessee fans hate him. That's why the Tennessee Ole Miss game happened where Tennessee fans were throwing stuff at him, which shouldn't have done that, but still they did. But he goes to USC, he gets fired on the tarmac. So this is all I know about Lane for like the vast majority of my life. Tennessee fans hate him. He goes to USC, gets fired, left on the tarmac, whatever. Then he has his redemption story and all that at Bama, and then he Florida Atlantic, then Ole Miss. And it's like Lane was starting just a little bit. Like a lot of college football fans were starting to like him. They're like, well, he had a bad pass, he made mistakes, all that type of crap. But like he's turned it around. He's doing a great thing at Ole Miss, school that doesn't normally win, kind of like Cignetti at Indiana. It's good stuff, all that stuff. And then the rumors of LSU and even like Bama a little bit, which never materialized. But like it got worse. And then how that was handled. And then he's up there on the podium being like, oh, I didn't ask for this. This is hard on me. It's like, dude, you're making it worse. Like you're literally making it worse by like, oh well, I'm visiting Ole Miss, and then the daughter with the Weeks thing. I don't know. All I know is like with each passing day, Lane became a bigger and bigger villain. It's like if he stayed at Ole Miss, he was still gonna be like, all right, this was handled bad. Glad he stayed, but like Ole Miss fans would have still been mad about it. But no, he leaves. But now that the entire college football like universe hates Lane Kiffin again. Then you've got Lane being Lane. People are seeing stuff, he's doing and all. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. It's like he's now more unlike than he was before. And literally 2 years ago, he'd almost erased all that. It is such an insane arc. It is actually insane. I don't know. And my thing is like in a weird way, I don't know Lane. I don't know Lane Kiffin, but in a weird way, it almost seems like he likes that. He likes that villain. I can't say that he does. I don't want to speak for him, but it's just weird. Like it seems like he relishes in it.
He has a social media addiction too, and I think that's also another issue that fucked his brain up. But like, did you guys respect him when he was at Alabama as the OC or not really? Or like you guys didn't give a shit?
I was a really little kid still. Like
I liked him a little
I was probably like 10.
But then,
so I didn't know him still that well. I just knew that Tennessee fans didn't like him, so it was like cool, But like knowing now, again, I didn't really dislike Lane. Back then. And again, the Ole Miss thing, I kind of didn't dislike him. I was like, you know what? I think it's cool he's doing what he's doing. All that's erased. Now, I'm just like, I cannot believe, like, he didn't learn anything from Tennessee and the USC. He didn't learn anything. Because if he did, he wouldn't have done what he just did. He wouldn't have left Ole Miss. There's nothing wrong with leaving for a bigger school. There isn't. There really isn't. A lot of coaches have done it, right? But you can't do it how he did. The way he did it, like, am I gonna stay? Am I gonna go? It was just, I don't know, man. Social media's changed things too, but it's like you said. For a coach, he's very active on social media, too. So it's like people are scrutinizing everything he's doing, right? Like other coaches could be doing stuff that we don't know about that we wouldn't like, but we don't know because it's not plastered all over the place. Right?
if he was
so
like
it's
a media person,
Lane Kiffin is just on the internet a lot.
Yeah,
which is what he's doing. It's his choice to do so. Free country to post whatever. He's doing that. So that, I guess, is adding to the unlikability because people already don't like him. But then what he's posting and saying and doing and all that is making people not like him either. So it's just, I don't know. It's different because some coaches never post anything. Some people never. No, some coaches don't post at all on social media. So it's like their private life is still private. Lane isn't doing that. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy that Michigan LSU hasn't played yet, but like when they do, I will be there in Baton Rouge, wherever they are. I will be at that game, and I'm gonna give hell. Like actually, like I won't like obviously. I respect the fans and stuff, but I'm gonna say shit. Like I just have to go to that game. It's actually wild that they haven't played. Okay, and then last thing I wanted to say is, man, Keelan Russell, dude, like holy shit. That spring game, bro, that spring game. I don't think I've ever seen a performance that great with Keelan Russell. Holy shit. I might be like, I haven't really seen that many spring game performances. But man, now I realize like when he won. All right, so I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I had him as my number one QB in that class. Like I did not have Underwood just because he won the Elite 11. Really. Underwood, he had many tools and stuff. But man, Keelan Russell, holy shit, dude. Like holy shit! Like I think Keelan Russell 1, Underwood 2, Tavion's 3. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But what do you guys think about Keelan Russell's stats for this season? Like he
Oh,
could
he's gotta be
honestly he
great.
could win a Heisman honestly like by this year if he has a really good season. He can be a Heisman contender. But like, what do you think he's gonna be like?
I
You
think
know?
he could have like 28 touchdown passes. And I think he could have like
Yeah.
say, yeah, 3,000 or more passing yards for a season.
I think he could do well. I mean, it's just tough because a lot of quarterbacks lately, like their first starting seasons, have some struggles. You haven't seen like many quarterbacks recently, like in their first starting season, go out there and just ball out. I mean, there are outliers, obviously, but we've seen a lot of guys recently where it's like by their junior year is when they start doing really good. So it makes me a little hesitant. Plus, I think that the schedule is difficult, and I'm still not completely sold on Alabama's offense.
Oh,
Not completely
really?
sold. I think the O line is going to be better. I do. I think the O line's gonna be better. It has to be better than last year. But I still don't know if the O line is going to be elite. The running game is going to depend on whether the younger guys step up, like AK Deer, Crowell, some of those guys, emerging, because Daniel Hill is what he is. I like Daniel Hill, but Daniel Hill, if he's the starting running back all season, I got problems. I'm just saying, those other guys got to step up. And then receiver, you need Ryan Coleman Williams to be freshman Ryan Coleman Williams, or, Ryan Williams, like not last year's version. And we got good receivers behind him, but like nobody that's like a bona fide star yet. Like Cedarian Morgan might eventually be, but it's a true freshman year. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people like Noah Rogers, but like, is he going to be a leader? Is he just going to be solid? So I think that the offense has potential to be really good, but it's potential. It's not proven yet. So a lot of it's going to depend on the guys around him. And still, there's some people that think Mac has a chance. I mean, it's not likely. I mean, I think with each passing like month, it seems more likely Russell's going to be the guy, but like Mac still has a chance. So, you can't throw him out either. But I mean, there's also a lot of real, like for Heisman conversation, there's a lot of quarterbacks this year that people are expecting to be good. I know last year, but like, no, I still don't understand why people had hype on Nussmeier and Aller and Klubnik. I wasn't high on any of them. The highest one I was on Klubnik. I wasn't high on Aller or Nussmeier at all. Like, at all. And people were high on those guys. Like, this year, you actually, like, Sayan's going to have a good year. And Arch is going to probably have a good year. Like, he has to. Texas is loaded, right? And Hoover could have a good year. And, maybe Sellers has a bounce back. There's a lot of quarterbacks out here. So, like, him winning the Heisman, he's got a lot of competition for that. Like, the quarterbacks are a lot more going to be loaded this year than they were last year. Like everybody said last year's class sucked. Like Mendoza's not any good and everybody else was trash. It's like Mendoza was good. I'm not saying he's going to be a great pro. That's to be determined, but he was a great college quarterback last year. Fantastic, right? Everybody else was not great. Like Chambliss was good and Sayan had a good year. But again, it wasn't great, right? It was a down year for quarterbacks. Dante Moore. That's another one, Dante Moore. There's a lot of quarterbacks this year that could be really good. Could put up great stats. So for Keelan to be higher than all those guys, that's going to be hard. Not impossible, but it would be hard.
But look at Bryce Young, remember? Like, second year, and then he became the Heisman. That's what I'm saying. Like, Keelan Russell, it's really possible, And the way he played in the spring game, dude, I was like, I went to the Michigan spring game, dude. Holy shit, man. Underwood, dude. You don't understand, like, the whole crowd was so dead silent when Underwood was playing. And then when Tommy Carr came in, like, oh my God, there was actually some noise coming, And like, hey, listen, I really hope Underwood does get his shit together. But man, if he, I do have to tell you. So Ty Haywood, right? He was on Michigan O-line, right? He transferred to Alabama. Do you think he's gonna start? I don't think he's gonna start, dude. He's not like he was way back in the depth chart, right, for Michigan. Like he was like nowhere near playing time, right? And apparently transferred to Alabama, which I knew he committed before he, went to Michigan. But like, do you think he's gonna actually like have playing time? I don't know why the hell he would transfer to Alabama if, he wasn't gonna like start or be like having playing time.
Yeah, it's not likely that he starts because, I mean,
Yeah.
most projected depth charts have him as second string. So,
Oh, okay.
but I mean, I can't say. The thing for me with NIL in play is it an NIL decision? Like, did Alabama give him a bigger offer? I don't know why that would be the case because, I mean, Michigan has great NIL, but, I mean, a lot of times it's playing time, but in this case it's not because true too, when he did transfer, like Alabama, he probably had a better shot to start back then, but then Alabama made a couple other moves, got some older guys, so he's not going to start. So I don't know. He probably will start eventually if he stays, but I mean, you can't guarantee anything anymore. You got to look at every player that it's 1 year with you because you don't know what they're going to do the next year.
Yeah. Well, Bert's, we'll go ahead and get on to the next caller. Appreciate your call. We will be seeing you soon. Goodbye.
Yeah, man. Hey, just remember, dude, LSU should be your most hated school, not Auburn, okay? It should not be Auburn, damn it, all right? It should only be LSU, and it has to be LSU. Okay? That's all I got to say. All right? Take care, you too.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Well, I didn't know till tonight that he got banned from Discord. I was like, oh, that explains so much. All right, but we'll learn something new every day. But we got a new caller, and he is the one and only himself, Charles Mabry. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
What's up, y'all? Uncle Charles, man. How y'all doing?
Doing
good. All right.
Man, let me tell you something. Just wait for the season to get going. But I heard everything y'all said, man. It's good information what y'all giving me. But I appreciate Nick Saban doing for what he's doing up there in Congress. He's trying to make sure this thing is regulated with the players and the school. But like I know, if you got Facebook, what is Facebook used for? Facebook is used for reaching out to family and friends. Well, it's a good element to that, but it's an evil element to it too. Because in a way, if something happens, it can affect a person's life in the worst way. Well, let's just think about it. We want this guy to come to our school, and he see that this school is really nice. Alabama, now we want to talk about what I'm going to get paid. See, everybody is not greedy. You'll know if somebody greedy when the first thing they say out their mouth, I want that. But when you start to get out of hand is when you saying, I want 2 mansions. Let me get 2 cars. Let me get a giraffe. I don't know where the hell you're gonna get that giraffe from. That's gonna be some work. Let me get a lifetime subscription, a lifetime ticket to Chuck E. Cheese. See, I said if you don't know what the hell you are doing and you can't reach your ketchup up in the cabinet, open the door and let the giraffe get it because that's what you got and that's what the school bought for you. All these soft feelings. We used to win national championships back to back. And now it's getting harder and harder. Because if you ask me, and I watch National Geographic, all the thing a giraffe does all day is eat leaves and mess. So he don't have a good life. It ain't like he finna drive some car or drop somebody off at the hospital. He's an animal. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. We need to regulate what we're doing here. Because now it's starting to be manipulation. I said this. If you're paying the players now, what about the ones that play and didn't get paid? Where they money is? I mean, since you want to go all the way, let's go all the way. So I say this in closing. Uncle Charles is still around. And if you want to know the truth, you ain't got to come behind a building and find it out. All you got to do is give me a call. I'm the man over here that said, roll, tide, roll on top of that big old mountain. And I ain't going to stop saying it until I ain't here no more. So you might as well get ready. Say who this guy is. Where this guy come from. What we gonna do with him? You can't do nothing for me. You can't do nothing with me. You know why? Because I'm roll, tide, roll. That's the way it is. And I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you.
A lot. Very passionate, spirited words. And I agree. 100%.
Oh, no doubt. And, we're just getting closer to kickoff. And I believe it's going to be 78 days till kickoff in Jeffrey's time zone because he's in the Eastern time zone. Yeah. Oh, man. So it's going to be fun right there. Yep. 79 days as of right now. How does that make you feel, Charles? Hello? Charles? All right. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Yeah, like 79 days till kickoff. We're halfway through the last month without football. Well, we're getting close to the last month without football. My bad. So that's gonna be pretty cool right there. July, last month without football, and then
Well, I mean, when does preseason NFL start? When does that start? I forgot.
I think it's the first Thursday in August. I believe.
Okay, so yeah, July is the last without football. I was like, does preseason NFL start in late July? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame game is the Cardinals and the Panthers. So Panthers are going up against the retirement home of the NFL. They kind of are.
Yeah.
Oh man. Man, there's one thing we've not been able to talk about. We have not been able to talk about Antwan Jackson, but I will say our guy Austin, our Nets caller, has been is gonna join us. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Hey, Jeffrey, isn't it nice to hear the Panthers getting some primetime love? Isn't that nice for the state of Carolina?
Absolutely. I mean, Carolina's doing okay right now. I mean, you got the Hurricanes winning the Stanley Cup. The Panthers are getting better. The Hornets are not completely trash. And you just need Carolina football to get better. I mean, like that's like a retirement home right now is UNC football. So I mean, but yeah.
What'd you say?
I said tip top, meaning It's getting back in shape. It's getting back to the old glory days. I don't know if we'll ever get the Cam Newton back in Carolina, but by golly, Bryce Young is going to try to bring it back. He's going to try to bring that old Cam Newton back.
Jeffrey has another team. Okay.
Well, Panthers are his NFL team.
Well, I mean, like, how could they not? I mean, when I was 7 years old, he got drafted number 1 overall in the 2011 draft. And Cam Newton was incredible. I mean, he was so fun, man. Like I don't know. It hadn't been the same since Superman hung it up. It just like they're getting better. I mean, Bryce Young has the potential to get the Panthers back to relevance, but they're getting there. But I mean, he's got to stay healthy. He's got to continue to improve, and they got to keep building around him, which I think they are taking the right steps. But we'll see.
Hey, at least Jeffrey's not a Cowboys fan like I am. At least Jeffrey's seen a Super Bowl in his lifetime. He might have been young and not remembered, but at least he got to see it. Me, on the other hand, we haven't been to. I ain't gonna get into that because then we'll go down a rabbit hole.
Relatives are Cowboys fans, which is funny. So it's like literally, like my favorite quarterback before Cam Newton was Tony Romo when I was really young. So it's like I kind of like the Cowboys, but my issue with the Cowboys today is the leadership of the team. Like all of that is just it has not been there. It has not been there the last 10 to 15 years. It's yeah. I mean, all the Cowboys moves and the trades and the draft.
Jerry Jones. There's your answer.
They don't make any sense, and it's just very highly annoying and very irritating. So, yeah. Plus, a lot of people hate Cowboys fans, as Michigander said in the chat. So it's like it's kind of hard to say. Yeah, I indirectly like the Cowboys. Like no, like it's kind of hard to say that. Everybody hates them. I don't hate them. I mean, I've got a lot of family that likes them, but no one likes them. So
okay, real fast.
It's easier to be a Panthers fan. Like they don't make no one mad, man.
Here's the thing, story time real fast. So, and then I got questions for you guys, of course. So here's the thing. I remember when I met Jackson all those years back. It hadn't actually been that long, but I remember the day he told me he was a Bama fan. And I kid you not, I was ready to leave the conversation after that. I'm like, no, I promised myself I would never be friends with a Bama fan. I was like, they're nuts, they're crazy, they're Looney Tunes. But I got to know Jackson, and it's just like, okay, he's not that bad. And then I got to know Jeffrey, and I'm like, okay, he's not that bad either. And it's just like with Cowboys fans, it's the same way. Like, I'm not that bad of a Cowboys fan. Yes, I get excited. Yes, I do claim we're going to the Super Bowl after a big win. But But Jackson always calms me down and says, it's November, good buddy. It's not February.
Yeah.
And then that's always that. But yeah, that's a fun little story about all three of us. But to Antwan Jackson, though, nice transition because you're Jackson. How y'all feeling about that?
Oh, if he's committing to Bama, that would be a win right there.
It's an absolute win. And I think it's highly possible, too.
I'll go ahead and pull up this article that I found from Tucker Hart. Oh, there we go. Our Tennessee Voice College football guy writing some articles for CFB HQ on SI, letting us know that 3 programs are finalists, according to Antwan Jackson. And as we said Monday, his decision is coming. He's 28th defensive end, number 13 overall prospect in state of Tennessee, number 304th overall prospect for class 2027 from Collegeville, Tennessee. 6'6", 240 pounds. And he finished his season with 46 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, 7 QB hurries, 3 forced fumbles, and an interception. Plus, he got 11 passes for 216 yards. So he's got Alabama. He's been one of the recent visitors on May 29th. So the Crimson Tide's the favorite to get him. Ole Miss is another finalist. And Missouri is a finalist. He visited them on June 12th. And by the way, go check out Tucker Harlan on the magic he creates on Tennessee at the Voice College Football Mondays at 7 Central. But anyway, so we're going to transition to some of the highlights of Antwan Jackson. So we're going to go ahead and show you some highlights because I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be fun watching him. I feel like he just brings 5-star mentality. Like just watching him. What do you guys think?
I'll say this. I haven't seen much tape on him, Jackson, but from what I've seen, like you said, he's very, very good. And I'm actually surprised Missouri is in the finalists because, like, Ole Miss I could see, and of course Bama, like those two, but like Missouri being in the final 3, that's actually kind of interesting. I'd like to know the backstory on that if there is one.
Well, I think he's close to one of the coaches, so I think there's that. But Missouri tends to get something in the recruiting trail quite often. So they tend to really get some guys. And Rough Rider Return says he prefers if he chose Oklahoma. Yeah, I don't think he's going to Oklahoma, unfortunately.
Yeah, his highlights are very impressive, and I agree that Missouri's a bit of a shock, but I mean, Missouri's not bad. I mean, they've been a better program the last few years, so I mean, it's not, I guess, too shocking, but I mean, definitely, I mean, he's got, great highlights. He's from a very good area for high school recruiting talent. Collierville's a suburb of Memphis. He put up great high school stats, playing against very solid high school competition. And, I mean, he's not a guy that like Oregon and Ohio State are going after. So it's like very plausible that Alabama is able to land him. And it shouldn't have been like, I wouldn't say like hard effort, but like having to like throw everything at the wall to try to land him. So I think it's a big win for Alabama to get him. And I think it's highly likely they do, but obviously could be wrong.
Well, one thing he's told Chad Simmons of Rivals is that they still recruit me the same, talking about Alabama, of course. And he's also said it's never stopped with Alabama. They've never slowed down with how they recruit him. Alabama, and he says, Alabama recruits me the hardest. They've been like this since the beginning. And the relentless approach has resonated with him. Development over NIL is driving his decision. And that's what matters most in his recruitment. And I think Bama's going to be happy about that because he said rather than focusing on the NIL opportunities, he's thinking about development and preparing for the next level. Where he said, really just my opportunity to play and the development and also the way I fit in their scheme and how they plan on using me. NIL is not playing a big factor because at the end of the day, I want to make it to the league. That's where the money is. For me to get there, I have to be developed, so that is most important. And he said that the Missouri visit was a good visit. It was a little better than what he thought it was going to be, and it was the second time there, so he had a great time. And he's praised their defensive scheme and the people within the program. One of the main things that stood out was the defense, and I love the way they run defense. Then it was about the people there. There's some good people up there. Ole Miss also remains firmly in contention after building strong relationships with him and his family. And he says, it is definitely the relationships I've built with the coaches up there. It's just the constant love they've been giving me and my family that Ole Miss has high on my list. They make me feel important. I definitely feel like I'm a big priority for their recruiting class and for them as a team and as a defense. Alabama is well positioned, and shout out to Stacy Blackwood from that article on heavy.com. I can tell you right now, it's going to be fun. I cannot wait to see when his recruiting date's going to be, when he's going to make his commitment announcement. But when he does, we'll keep you updated. And if he does commit to Bama, we'll keep you updated all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football.
I will say, watching some of those tapes, Jackson, his get-off ability, that is good the way he shot that gap. Like, that's something like a lot of defensive coordinators salivate when they recruit these players, is the way he was able to get in that gap and get in the backfield to that running back. Like, he's right there at the goal line. Like, they're right there. Typically at the goal line, you go QB sneaker, you just hand it off, and the O-line pushes them in. He shot through that gap, and he had him in the backfield. Now, Jackson, that is something, when you're playing in the SEC, that's something Bama could definitely use, because last year in the trenches, there was a couple games where it seemed like you all were getting pushed around a little bit. And it was just like, come on, guys, toughen up. And it's just like, especially the South Carolina game, Jackson, that one in particular stood out. I don't know if you or Jeffrey agree or disagree with me on that, but South Carolina was able to run the ball on you and was pushing you around a little bit, almost like schoolyarding you, like, come on, do something. I mean, he could help fix that, Jackson.
I think he can too, honestly. And I don't think South Carolina is going to be on the Bama schedule for 2027. So let me go ahead and double check. Let me see. And come on. Nope, they're not in the 2027 schedule. Get out of there, South Carolina. Yeah, no worries there. I mean, like Antwan Jackson coming over to Bama would be a humongous win for 2027, but also basically for 2028, 2029, and 2030. So, I mean, that's what you're recruiting for, is the future full of silver coins, and you're going to get them with Antwan Jackson.
And that's a good start, too. And, I mean, that's the thing, Jackson. What is a championship team built on? It's in the trenches. That's how a lot of titles are won. It's in the trenches. I mean, Indiana, as great a head coach as they had, and I know if Jeffrey, when he gets back, I know I mentioned Indiana, and that's like opening Pandora's box. But what did they win with? They were good on the O-line. They were good in the trenches on the defensive line. Miami, what was their strength? They were good on the defensive line. O-line, they were good, but they weren't Indiana. So Bama going after this guy shows that, hey, we're trying to build a tough team. We want to play physical football, and we want to ground and pound, and we want to have a brutal, like, Georgia-style defense. And you need that in the SEC. You don't want to be a team that just gets pushed around. I mean, because Jackson, a lot of holes were exploited last year for Bama, and I don't think I'm out of line in saying that.
Absolutely not. I mean, you're 100% correct. Alabama was a lot weaker on both sides of the ball last year. I mean, it was in the last 2 years, really. I mean, it has not been the same program. The intensity has not been as high. I mean, we've had some individual games where we've been very good, and we've had some players that have been very good. But as a collective team, it just hasn't really been there. And the more guys that you bring in with the tools and ability, and also, like as Jackson read, like the desire, the want and the will, the hunger to improve as a player, to want to get to the next level, to want to help the program, as it seems like Antwan Jackson does. Guys like that are huge. You want guys like that. I mean, in this NIL era, it's becoming harder and harder to tell which players are in it just for the money and which players are in it because they love the sport, love the game, and actually want to become a better player and an athlete for their team and to go pro. It's a fine line. And, Alabama, is searching to get back to the top of college football, and getting more and more guys, hopefully like Antwan Jackson, would probably help.
Yeah.
And
it'd be huge.
And I'll say too, I noticed in that too, the way they had him playing he was playing inside and he looked like he could play a little outside. Now, I know it's hard to do both, so to speak, play inside and outside. If you all had your preference as far as the scheme goes, would you all want him on the outside edge or would you all want him on the inside?
I want him on the outside.
Outside.
Causing some trouble, causing some havoc.
Okay. Well, that's just curious because different schemes favor different things. And it's just because if you have him on the inside, it's going to help with the run defense. Put him on the outside, he'll be able to blitz the quarterback a little bit better. Now, the way it is, Jackson, the way he was able to track down that one receiver, he's got lightning quick for that big of a guy. That's impressive.
There we go. I mean, he was making magic all over the place. I mean, I would hate to be on his bad side, because if I got on his bad side, he'd chew me up like a chicken nugget.
And I'll tell you another thing that's surprising, Jackson. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Georgia try to recruit him at all? Because I'm surprised Georgia wouldn't go after a player like him.
I think they played a part in his recruitment, but they lost out on him big time.
Okay, well, that's interesting because typically Georgia, that's their thing, the defensive line. So, Jeffrey, maybe people are starting to realize Georgia's bad ways and they don't want to go there anymore. What do you think, Jeffrey?
I mean, it's possible. I don't want to speak for these players, but I mean, it is very well possible. I mean, that the culture at Georgia just has to improve. I mean, for Georgia fans, for the Georgia program. I mean, I'm just at right now speaking not as an Alabama fan, just as a person. Like their culture is very, very problematic. It's got to get better. I mean, the guys they're bringing in, they're not, making Georgia look good. They're not making themselves look good. I mean, it's not the entire team, but too many of their players are just getting in trouble. Obviously, no one's perfect. Stuff's going to happen, but it's what's happened at Georgia is insane. And, it wouldn't surprise me if some of these players' parents and even some of these players themselves are like, man, I don't know if that place is for me. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
And I'll say this too. Like Jackson said, whenever the commitment date is, we'll know. But if he chooses Alabama, it's a good place for him. If he chooses Ole Miss, I mean, Pete Golden is a defensive mastermind. He knows what he's doing on defense. So it'd be a good fit there. Missouri, I mean, like you said, Jeffrey, they're not a bad program. They've got lots to offer. Are they a playoff team every year? No. But can they be a playoff team? Absolutely. They can get the talent to get there. But like Jackson said, the best choice is probably Bama out of the three.
Absolutely.
And we'll definitely do if he commits to Bama, but if he doesn't, no worries. We'll be keeping you updated on it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. And I want to say this too. Who here plays college football, the video game? I got questions for that. I know Jackson might not, but Jeffrey might be with me on this one. Jeffrey, Jackson, do either of you play the video game?
I have played the older ones, but I still haven't played the newer ones yet.
I've got the older ones, obviously, but I do not have a PS5. I am not I want to save my money on other stuff, honestly, because I mean, it's nothing against PS5, but I mean, it's like why would I want to buy a PS5 when I could buy shares in their company? Honestly,
okay.
I do.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is, and for all the gamers out there in our chat, like, of course, I got the new one. I pre-ordered the new one. Me being, of course, I'll let you all know how it is. But when you all look at player rankings on it, like, I know you all did a full, Crimson Tide Live Monday on that, which go check that out. That's always great stuff. Do you all buy into that? Does that, for you, you guys as Bama fans, do y'all look at that and say, hey, they think this person's an 81 overall, their catch went down. Do y'all look at that at all, or does that just something for off-season chatter, just out of curiosity?
It's definitely more on the off-season chatter.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter at all. I mean, I think it's I think it's good for a player, to see it and be like, hey, maybe I'm a little bit lower than I thought I should have been. That's motivation. But, other than that, it doesn't matter. What matters is how the player performs in real life.
Gotcha. I got you, Jeffrey. I got you. Oh, Jackson, if you don't mind, before I go, can I tell Jeffrey my special prediction for your Crimson Tide, if you don't mind, from last night? Can I tell Jeffrey?
If you want to, go for it.
Okay.
Man. I think it's a little nuts though, but go for it, man.
Yes. Thank you, Jackson. Okay. So, Steve, I'm glad you're here. So, Jeffrey, you might come back on camera for this one. I don't know. So, we were looking at Bama's schedule last night, and I said, is 8-4 possible? And here's why: because of the gauntlet.
Andrew Miller will love this.
Yes. Jeffrey probably knows where this is going. So you got LSU, Tennessee, Georgia all gumbled together, and Texas A&M, and even Jackson admitted last night. He even said that's a bit of a tough stretch. Because a lot of people are talking about how the schedule's easy. If Bama doesn't win 10 games and make the playoffs, they're in trouble, right? But here's the thing. My special prediction for your all schedule is I have y'all losing to Mississippi State on a walk-off field goal, losing at Mississippi State. And the reason why is because I feel like Bama is going to be feeling themselves. They're going to get revenge against Florida State. They're going to win those games, and they're going to be feeling themselves. And it's the week before Georgia. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, we're back. Bama's here. And then the Cowbells is going to be singing at night, Jeffrey. And it's just like, I got this sense. My senses are tingling, Jeffrey. There's an upset brewing that weekend. And I feel like
you and I need to bet money against one another on this one, Austin.
Jeffrey, what do you think? Do you think this is far-fetched? Do you think I'm too far-fetched on this one? Or do you think
I do feel like you're kind of grasping at straws, kind of like the 8-4 Florida, but the 8-4 Florida wasn't far off because they went 8-5. So, I'm not. Jackson can even remember me saying a few shows ago that 8-4 for Alabama was not impossible. I did say that. Yeah. That's probably not going to be my official prediction when we get to that point, but it is possible because I think there's a better shot Alabama has a season like that than go 11-1, 12-0. I believe that just based off the schedule, and I think that the team is young. But 8-4 still, it's still hard to fathom them doing it, but especially adding that element of losing Mississippi State. I guess it's possible considering that the War has lost on the road to bad teams before, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. But
Jeffrey,
that's still hard to believe. Mississippi State is rough, but
see, here's the thing, and Jackson, feel free. I know you're getting a giggle out of this, but do you not see why I'm thinking this up right now? Because think about this. Because Florida State beat y'all last year, and I'm sure that game is circled on the calendar. Like a lot of players and coaches that were there for that last year probably looking at that and saying, we want to kick their butt. Kentucky, and then, of course, your cupcake game, as Jackson likes to call it, East Carolina. But that Florida State game, I feel like Bama might put a lot into that. They might be like, oh, we want to kick their butt. We want to get them back. And then you got to think Mississippi State, especially if Mississippi State happens to be undefeated going into that game, possibly. It could be a night game. And Jeffrey and Jackson, the Cowbells are different at night. We all know this. The atmosphere is different at night for the Cowbells. And it's the same thing with Penn State, Oregon. These stadiums are different at night. I'm not saying Bama, they could win that game, but I think personally the way that it lines up, that's upset brewing. That's our upset for the week.
All right.
Okay.
We'll remember it for sure.
We'll hold you to
it. Listen, like I said last night, I sometimes hit grand slams, and as the great Daryl MVP says, sometimes I look silly swinging in the batter's box. But either way, I go down swinging. Like Steve said, he said he's got it bookmarked. Bookmark this, Steve. June 19th now, 2026. Austin says Mississippi State defeats Alabama.
Oh man, I need to clip this.
Yes, you do, Jackson. And if it happens, Jackson, man, we need to go to Vegas, good buddy.
Oh yeah,
Me and you need to go Vegas. But in all seriousness,
yeah. There
though,
you go. Yep,
in
Vegas
all
trip it is.
seriousness,
There you go.
yes. On track about that, though. In all seriousness, though, like 8-4, I was like, at Tennessee, A&M supposed like they did return their quarterback Marcel Reed. You didn't mention him earlier, Jeffrey. He's probably more motivated after his playoff performance. He's
Yeah,
got a
but
lot to do.
Michigander has warned about the offensive line of Texas A&M, so that's one thing to keep an eye out
Yes, they are weaker in the trenches this year. But Jackson, as I tell you about Mike Elko, he gets it rolling. Like, and then of course Auburn. Who knows with that? Like, it's at Bama this year, so maybe you all will take care of business. I mean, the season is basically that 4-game stretch because outside of that, do you all see either one of you see Kentucky giving you all a scare in all seriousness?
I don't think so, but I mean, you never know. But Kentucky's given teams problem before, but I mean, they're definitely not very good. So,
well, I will say, before we let you go, Austin, what magic have you got cooking this week, good buddy?
Oh, I appreciate the plug, Jackson. You didn't have to, but if y'all want to check out Sports Talk with Austin, y'all very much well can. I appreciate Jackson for the plug. Like obviously me and Jackson had our call-in show last night, and obviously we've got new theme song and everything. Have to let Jeffrey listen to it. It's a very country-esque song, kind of, sort of.
nice.
But yeah, that's what I got cooking up, and of course, you never know, making videos here and there, and all great live streams, of course. And of course, you can find me on Twitter/X, pestering people. And I'll always come back to pester Jackson and Jeffrey. Got to pester somebody. I mean, but no, it's all love and goodness and all that good stuff. And got to pay the bills, all that good stuff. But thank you guys as always. And Jeffrey, get you a monster, good buddy. Let's get you rocking again. We need to get you rocking. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you guys as always.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Austin. It's always a good time chat with Austin. Always a good time chat with everybody that called in. Even Caden, as crazy as he is sometimes, but we appreciate it. Appreciate the chat too. It's always fun on Thursday night.
Well, there you go, man. And I guess that's gonna be our cue to get off for the night, get ready for bed in just a little bit, because we've got some more magic coming your way on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. And yes, there are some early opponent previews. No worries. I'm going to have Steve Helwick join me from SB Nation discussing Alabama, East Carolina. There will be a video on that. No worries there. And we've got more magic coming your way. And I guess we're going to head out for the night. Jeffrey, what have you got going on this week, good buddy?
Well, I mean, again, I did, the NBA Finals game, a lot of play-by-play reaction. That was a ton of fun. The NBA's over, so I can't do any more of that. I did the UFL prediction video, which, again, I got right. Congratulations again to Austin's Louisville Kings winning that. But I will try to have some preseason content soon. I've not really had any time to fit that in, but I'll try to start doing some preseason content for college football. Because, again, it's coming up around the corner. We're getting closer and closer, so definitely stay tuned for that. I would appreciate it if you check out my channel, Only Talk Sports. Also, follow me on X as well to know when I go live, and also when I'm live here on Alabama, the Voice of College Football. But most importantly, subscribe to Alabama, the Voice of College Football. Getting closer to 3,500 subscribers. It's been an amazing journey with you guys. It's been fun for the 89 shows, and hopefully we'll be doing it many more. Definitely, it's always a great time, man. I mean, these shows, like, they get crazier and crazier, as Steve said. I get more and more like a certain other shows. So, I mean, we're glad you guys are having fun. We have a lot of fun, too, so we appreciate it.
And of course, you can check me out on my YouTube channel at Jackson Johnson 979, where I've got my latest episode of the Jackson coming up with Scott Salomon of the publisher of Roundtable Sports. That's going to be released tomorrow night. It's going to be a short and sweet one, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's a good time for a long time. We talked a little bit about the NFL. We talked a little bit about the Miami Hurricanes. We talked a little bit about the growth of Roundtable Sports and how he got into sports media in the first place. I can tell you right now, it's an amazing journey. And we talked a little bit about the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. But also, you can check me out on SEC at the Voice College Football with Andrew Miller and Tucker Harlan Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. And you can also check me out and Jeffrey right here on Alabama Voice College Football Mondays at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And on the Alabama College shows, we take your calls 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can also check me out with Mountaineer Paul on College Sports Insiders. And for more adventures on what I've got going on, check me out, JatsVOCP on @Twitter and on Instagram at JatsJohnson543908. And give Jeffrey a follow on Only Talk Sports. Tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at pubs about the magic that all of us are cooking here. And we will be seeing y'all soon. We'll see you Monday night. But there's going to be some videos coming up here before the weekend ends. And roll Tide.
Tide.
Good night, everybody.